If you wish to level up drive forms quick, efficient and early, you've come to the right place. In this guide I will show you how to level up each form, when and how to have the fastest max level form as early and easily as possible. The maximum level of a form is based on the amount of forms you have at the moment, plus 2. This means that when you only have Valor form, it can level up to a maximum of 3 levels. By the time you got Master form, this will be 6, and ultimately level 7 when you unlock Final form. Each form has a different way to obtain experience, so you have to visit different places and use different techniques to gain experience for that form. Let's start with Valor form. You fuse with Goofy, get a second Keyblade and gain an enormous speed boost. Your ground and air combos are increased as well. This one is by far the easiest to level and can be done anywhere and anytime. You gain experience by dealing out hits. I'd recommend using Valor as much as possible when you're progressing through the story. Use it on enemies and bosses alike to gain the most out of it. It's maxed as early as you make it possible by how many times you've used it. Limit form requires you to finish limits to receive experience points. They only count when you actually finish the limit, not only perform it. When you are about to head to the 1000 Heartless battle, change your loadout for a second. Equip the Hidden Dragon Keyblade to get MP Rage. This will help restore MP to the amount of damage you receive. In your abilities, equip Vicinity Break. This is a great ability to have in this battle, you'll see why. Together with this, equip Drive Boost to get a better drive recovery in MP Charge. Now move toward the battlefield, view or skip the cutscene and commence battle. Start by switching to limit form and perform Sonic Rave. Finish the limit and wait. Wait till you receive damage to recover a sliver of MP and perform Sonic Rave again, and then a third time. This early on you can only perform up to 3 Sonic Raves before the drive gauge runs out. Now when you revert it back to normal Sora, you will be in MP Charge and need to attack Heartless to regain your drive gauge. With Vicinity Break, you hit every Heartless surrounding you and gain a significant amount of your drive gauge. At 4 drives, activate Limit and repeat the previous segment. At Limit form level 4 or 5, you can try to do up to 4 Sonic Raves to get to level 6 faster. Level 6 will be the maximum for now because Final form isn't acquired yet. This is by far the earliest and easiest way to become level 6 in Limit form in a small amount of time and as early as you get it. There is another way to level up Limit form very fast and I will talk about this a little while later in this video. To level up Master form, you need to collect Drive Orbs. There are many ways to obtain Drive Orbs like killing enemies or breaking obstacles, but there is a much faster way to level up this form. Head to the Mysterious Tower to the Sorcerer's Loft, equip Drive Converter in your abilities and move towards the Moon Room. 4 gamblers will appear and they want to play games with you. They play 2 types of games, a card and a dice game. When they play the dice game, you need to stop the die on the circle. On your reaction prompt, an X, circle, and X will appear and repeat. You need to press triangle at the exact moment the circle appears. When they play the card game, your commands will change to X's and the circle will move between them. This will slow down ever so slowly and you need to select the circle at the correct moment. Doing both games correctly will drop money, but with the Drive Converter, you will receive Drive Orbs instead. When you lose the dice game, you will turn into a die, and when you lose the card game, you will turn into a card. The upside of this is that when you survive it, you regain your maximum Master form drive gauge and thus can continue on leveling it. Next up is Wisdom form. This form receives experience by killing Heartless. You fuse with Donald and you still only have 1 Keyblade, but this time it will shoot instead of dealing out hits. Your magic is also boosted in this form. To level up this form in the most efficient and fastest way, wait till you arrive in the world that never was. But be sure to do this as soon as you arrive. After certain events, this method will not be possible anymore. You will find yourself in the alley to between. Your loadout will need to look a little something like this. Equip the Bond of Flame Keyblade to gain a 20% boost in firepower. Alternatively, or next to it, you can equip Fire Boost in your abilities, should you have it. In customization, set the fire spell to any button you'd find comfortable. Then you go to the Fragment Crossing, switch to Wisdom form and start shooting Heartless and casting fire to vanquish them much faster. If your drive gauge is close to empty, return to the alley to between and your drive gauge will be full again. Repeat this until you are at level 6. You cannot gain level 7 just yet as you do not have Final form yet. Note, should you become anti-form, no worries, return to the alley to between and all will be reset so you can continue grinding Wisdom experience. Also, if you need to go too far to find Heartless and you don't want to risk running out of drive, return to the world map and back to the alley to reset all Heartless and start from scratch. Finally, we have Final form. If you haven't got this form by accident yet, To actually obtain this form, you must do the following. After defeating Zigbar in the Hall of Empty Melodies, Donald and Goofy will be roaming there, so it's safe to return and get your drive gauge again. Equip the 2 Become 1 Keyblade and move forward to the Nod Skyway. Nobodies will appear and you need to activate Master Form now. When you turn into Anti-Sora, go back to the hall, replenish your drive gauge and return to repeat. Eventually you will turn into Final Form instead of Anti-Form. Congrats, now you got all forms. To level up Final Form you need to defeat Nobodies, so this isn't an easy task. You can do this while moving up to the tower, but it will be most efficient when you arrive at the door to Xemnas. Equip the Bond of Flame Keyblade and then the fire boost in your abilities. From the Altar of the Nod, move to the Ruin of Creation's Passage. Make the Nobodies spawn and transform into Final Form. Now you can either attack furiously or use fire spells to vanquish them faster. If your drive gauge is almost down, return to the altar and replenish, then repeat. If the Nobodies are beaten and you need to move down, it can be tricky to get back in time to replenish if you haven't leveled up enough. You can then move to the save point, warp to the world map and return so the enemies will have been reset. Now that you have Final Form, all the other forms are able to level up once more. The enemies in the alley have been turned into Nobodies, so you cannot go there to level up Wisdom Form. Instead, go to Radiant Garden and kill Heartless in town. It will take a while, but it's easier this way. To level up Valor and Limit Form to level 7, go to Agrabah's Chasm of Challenges. A Mushroom 13 will be there that isn't able to die that easily. Activate the fight and strike it down with Valor Form, return to the world map to replenish your drive gauge before it runs out, and repeat until you level up Valor Form. Do the same with Limit Form, but strike it with Sonic Rave. Do this until your MP runs out, replenish MP at the save point and return. If your drive runs out, return to the world map to replenish your drive gauge. Do this until your Limit Form is maxed out. Should you have missed a chance to level up Limit Form in the Heartless battle, this is the perfect spot to do this. Master Form can still be done with the Gamblers, so go there to max that one out. That's it guys, the complete, easiest and fastest guide to level up all drive forms. Like the video if it helped you out, share it with friends, subscribe for more Kingdom Hearts content, and I will catch you in the next. When you walk away, you don't